going, everyone? Welcome to Cobra Kai Studio for another fan question video, which will actually probably be the last fan question before we actually get Season 3. So, the next fan question, I guess, will be very interesting, considering it's going to be going over whatever questions are on here, but whatever new questions that might be arising after we all get to see Season 3, you know. But we're going to start right off with PG's comment. This is my greatest theory of them all. Schlossberg gave me confirmation with his mermaid phrase. Well, the famous Ariel had red hair, just like Amanda, right? He said that for a reason. I had my doubt on her all the time. She pulled the strings every time she pushed Daniel to go to the tournament and also to the Valley Festival just to get embraced by Cobra Kai. Embarrassed by Cobra Kai. Then no more karate. Gave Kreese the win. And many other small things. I see it playing out like this. Episode 9, still no Amanda Kreese scene. Then the last 90 seconds, two things can happen. Amanda goes out. She steps into the dojo and Kreese looks not much surprised. She goes and slaps him once. Then he blocks the second slap and says, "Temper, like your dad." But I like that. I missed you, kiddo. Amanda says, "Missed you too, Dad," or Uncle John. They hug and finish Season 3. Or Amanda says, "Where is Dad," or "My brother." Silver steps in and says, "Hi, honey." Bam, finished. The other option is that Daniel follows and sees them hugging, and he says, "Amanda, what the hell?" Amanda says, "Meet my dad." Or Kreese says, "Hey, finally here, my son-in-law." Family back together. Did you see that Daniel stepped in the dojo, but I think it's not the old dojo? What if he finds a new Cobra Kai dojo and checks it out, like we saw in the trailer? Then he gets a blast from the past, like in Karate Kid 3, Silver and Barnes, or even Kreese from behind. That would be crazy. I also think Tori could be Amanda's daughter, and she gave her away for adoption just before she met Daniel. Tori and Sam are siblings. Wow. Because besides Stingray, we never got Amanda's birth name. Why is that? I hope you like it, bro. That is a very interesting couple of theories, actually, PG. You know, that is really interesting how you explained it, you know, because I haven't had no one explain in detail why they would think that Amanda could be Kreese's daughter. But that is a very interesting way. And the way you explain how it could be possibly the 90 seconds, that would definitely, I'm not going to lie, that would be something that would definitely blow my damn mind. Because I would not in any way expect that. So that is very interesting, PG. On to the next one from C19. I wonder if the guy that Robbie gets into the fight with is actually the guy that his friends were talking about when they threatened Robbie if he didn't want to rob the dealership. You know, C19, I've had that same thought. I really have. Because, you know, like, in my past fan question videos, I've talked about the fact that I think that his old buddies will be someone that he actually runs into in the whole jail situation, however many episodes it is. I don't know how many episodes it is yet, but I had that feeling, you know, obviously. And obviously we don't see them, but that one could have been one of the old buddies. I mean, it is very possible. I've kind of thought that too. On to the next one from Christopher Milando. Kreese is not dying anytime soon. He reveals he's in Season 4. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. He does reveal that in the interview with the Cobra Kai kid. But, you know, I wouldn't say it for sure that's a possibility of him dying in Season 3 anymore myself, just because of the way things seem to be playing out. It just kind of seems like he's going to be around for a while, which I actually do hope he is, because I love his character too. I mean, he's not one of my favorite characters, but again, he's one of those characters that it's really nice to have in the show, if you know what I mean. On to the next one from Nick Polio. I really want to see Allie run into Daniel and, more importantly, Johnny, the way Season 2 ended. Also, the way it's looking, we could possibly get Season 4 before 2022, late 2022. Praying for no delays. You know, that I do want to see that play out too, and I'm curious if... Obviously, I'm assuming Johnny must accept the friend request if, let's say, Kreese didn't get on the laptop for any reason and accept it for him. That's the only, like, two options I see of someone accepting the friend request on Johnny's behalf, I guess you'd say. Which I don't know about the whole Kreese doing that or not. It's just something that's interesting because he did leave his laptop at the dojo as far as we know. And him being done with the phone at the end. But it doesn't mean that he don't go and get his phone again. You know, just because we see it end on that note doesn't mean that that's exactly how it's left off. I'm sure he either gets a new phone or gets that phone, and that could be a good way of how he accepts the friend request. You know what I mean? It would make perfect sense. But as for Season 4, yeah, I'm hoping the same, man. I hope they get it filmed and shot this year sooner than later, so that way we know it's kind of hopefully set in stone for early 2022, not late 2022, because we all want it sooner than later. I mean, who doesn't want it sooner? On to the next one from C19. Kreese being Amanda's dad is very intriguing. I just don't know there. Yeah, I'm the same, man. It's like, I can understand some of the possibilities of why people would assume that. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. But even more far-fetched was my video I had to make last night about Johnny being being Kreese's son. I mean, I get their arguments, kind of, but at the same time, it's like, there's just no damn way, you know? It's impossible. To me, that's an impossible factor for the show of Kreese being his dad. I just don't see Kreese being Johnny's dad. It just doesn't make sense, really, and really wouldn't be needed. On to the next one from Tom Courtney. Kreese, Amanda's dad, that would be a twist, but in season 2, Amanda had no idea who Kreese was, or the history with Daniel explaining Kreese faked his death twice. Yep, that is very true, Tom. Now, some people have speculated, well, maybe Kreese had a different name that Amanda knew him by, but I doubt that. I'm just, you know, if his name was Kreese in the old Karate Kid movies, why would it be something different now, you know? Or not now, but, like, why would it have been something different when Amanda was growing up? Whatever be the case. I don't know. I don't know. It's just something that I had to talk about, I suppose. On to the next one from Jeff Bayless. I thought Kreese was Amanda's dad from when the trailer dropped with the back music and the title Old Acquaintances. Yeah. I think that's where a lot of people were getting that idea, because of the way the trailer kind of portrays them two together. You know, it does kind of seem like they're trying to hint at something there, you know. But what it is, I don't know. And we're about to find out soon, though. On to the next one from DS Flicks Fan. Hawk is hitting someone, not something, because he has blood on his hands. Yeah, you know, after doing, like, further detail of that photo, where Hawk has the blood is not even, like, from punching someone. If you, pause it at the perfect moment, you can see that the blood is starting from the bottom knuckles down to his fingertips, as if he punched someone to the point of bleeding and was holding them, maybe, with his other hand, like, by the throat, whatever be the case, and that's where the blood came from. Because that's exactly what it looks like. There's not blood on his knuckles on either hand. So it's not like he's got blood all over his knuckles. It's actually just more blood all over his fingertips. But I never caught that because you can only clearly see that in, like, this very broken down scene. So basically what I did is I took the trailer and I used a slow-mo app to, you know, slow it down so I could, you know, see everything clearly in that section. And that's one of the things I noticed. So yeah, I mean, I guess he's hitting somebody. And who that somebody is, I'm guessing we'll find out, you know, very soon. The exciting thing is as of filming this, we're only 4 days away, so it's really going to be interesting. On to the next one from Aaron. Will John Kreese get Robbie out of juvenile hall and train him? I have high suspicions that he will, Aaron. I don't know how he's going to pull that off, but I do have high suspicions that he will indeed somehow get Robbie on his side and out of juvenile. I don't know why I always mix up Johnny and Robbie. I guess it's because they're father or dad. But yeah, I have a high anticipation and expectation that we're going to see that happen. It just kind of seems very likely, honestly. It kind of would make sense. On to the next one from In Our Mashups. What if Johnny reunites at the county club with Allie in season 3 and asks her to dance just like they did in the first Karate Kid? That's very interesting. You know, I don't know. I guess it's possible because it does seem more like a dance party thing than anything. And we do, you know, now that we've seen further like teasers and spoilers, we do understand that there's more there than just Johnny at that party. So that's very interesting. And I am curious if that might be a possibility. On to the next one from the Stranger Things fan. The one dislike is from Kyler because he's the one getting beaten. That's funny. That could be possible. You never know, right? Thanks for commenting, man. That one was funny. Jeff Bayless. I want to know who the new girl is besides Kyler, as her look is very intense as well. I do too, and not just her, Jeff, but I want to know who the person to the other side of Kyler is as well. That's another new character as well that you really can't see at all. But you can see her, so I've been curious of that too, of who is that lady? Like, who, or girl, what do you want to call her? What is she going to play into the show? Because she's a new student, so is that like Aisha's replacement of some sort? Or, you know what I mean? Like, what's her deal? But let me know what you think about it. On to the next one from Aaron. Will Chosen teach Daniel a new karate technique? I don't know if per se a new karate technique, but I do have a feeling he's going to learn something from Chosen. I don't know exactly what. I suppose a new karate technique, a new training method, a new form, or something could be taught and learned, you know, but I don't know if I would say that's exactly what we're going to see, but I do have a feeling that Daniel is going to learn something from Chosen. On to the next one from John Stefanik. I want to see Chris's parents in Season 4. Yeah, I mean, it's possible we see other kids' parents. I mean, this is a whole new season. They did get in trouble possibly with the school fight. Maybe not, obviously not as severe as Robbie. But it is possible we might see some of the kids' parents just for the fact that they might have to be called into the school, On to the next one from Gaming with Cohen. What if Mike Barnes is related to Tori? There's actually high speculation of that. There's been a lot of people that have actually said that. So, it is kind of up in the air there, really, though, because I don't know. I mean, I guess Mike Barnes could be related to her. I wouldn't say like her dad, but I don't know. That's interesting. I mean, does Mike Barnes have siblings that would fit the role of being Tori's dad, if it to be her uncle or something? I don't know. It's very interesting, though. On to the next one from Mark Luke. I can see Silver stepping in and helping out Kreese in court and gets Kreese off. I also think Johnny does help out Daniel to teach in his dojo to get Kreese screwed over by taking his dojo back. I'm thinking that you help Kreese get out of it. That's interesting. So I'm wondering if you're talking about like the photo where they're setting in whatever could be a court, I guess, for Kreese, or was you maybe meeting Robbie? If you're meeting Robbie, yeah, I could see Kreese getting in there, stepping in there to get him off of whatever he's in trouble for. But to answer the other thing about that, I also think Daniel does it. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how that works. How Daniel and him are going to team up and actually do something about Kreese, But interesting. 4.0 in the video. How could Kreese manipulate a fight if Johnny isn't affiliated with Cobra Kai? It's a good question, right? That is a very good point, Mike, or Mac. I don't know why I called you Mike. On to the next one from Robert Koch. Not a chance in hell. Making too many people related will turn this show into a soap opera. Very true, Robert. That's what I was explaining in my video last night. I was like, it's like not everybody needs to be related at this point. It's like it isn't going to hurt the show to have new people and then be completely not related to anybody else from the past. We already have enough people that are indeed related, so it's kind of like, why do they need to have more people out of nowhere? I mean, I guess I can understand it being a twist and a plot point, but I almost don't think that they're going to do that. Not with a lot of them. Like, I think that, I mean, at first I was kind of curious of if, the whole Tori, who her parent might be, who her parents are situation, but after, really putting some time into the show and thinking about it more clearly and kind of hearing all your opinions, it's like, yeah, I really don't think that they all need to be related. The show can do it without that. On to the next one from Darth Skeletor 2.0. Damn, so everyone in the world revolves around the LaRussos. You might as well make Silver Daniel's father, half-brother, Miguel's father, who makes Daniel, and Miguel's half-brother, and makes Sam, having been banged, creepy Uncle Miguel. Yep, I know what you mean, Darth. It does get crazy. Some of these theories, man, they're crazy, for sure. Your comment's funny, man. On the next one from Matt Thompson. Thanks for discussing my theory. I appreciate it. Great video and definitely some great questions, theories. Keep up the great video. Thanks, man. I appreciate it, for sure. On from the next one from the Treeman. No, because Hawk has blood on his hands and looks down in shock. Yep, he does. And like I said, I've further looked into those photos and further broke them down. There's a lot of things I didn't really pick up on, and you don't when they're going by so quick. So it actually was really awesome to actually take it apart a little bit in a sense and really get to see everything that was going on. On to the next one from Woken Bro. What if Johnny didn't tell Hawk to flip the script? That's a good question. What if he didn't tell him to flip the script? Would he have still done it in his own way just because he was ready to be something different? Or would he have not even became Hawk? Would he have still been the normal Eli we've seen in the first few episodes? That's a very interesting question, Woken. On to the next one from AC. I don't think Kreese will die in Season 3. I heard on an interview Martin Cove talk about how it will be good to get back to filming in 2021 for Season 4. Yeah, that is true, AC. That is very true. On to the next one from C19. I'm just now watching the Cobra Kai Kid interview, and interestingly, Cove says that they were hoping that they were going to get through Season 4 and hopefully Season 5. Is it all about Kreese's backstory? What he has done for the last 30 years? If Kreese is not alive in Season 4, then we will just have... He will just about have to be related closely to a character to get the backstory. That is interesting, But yeah, I don't know. I'm assuming that he's going to be back for Season 4, though. The way everything kind of seems to be is that he's going to be back. So I think we can honestly look forward to having him back. On to the next one from Aaron. Could we see Mike Barnes and Terry Silver in the end of Cobra Kai Season 3? I would say that it is possible. How likely is that to actually happen? I don't know. I won't know where I'd say it's super likely or not, but it is possible to have that happen. I just don't know. I feel like they brought enough characters back for this season already, and we still have the whole mystery of Allie. I think Mike Barnes and Terry Silver actually would be fine to be left over till season 4, but I would be more happy to see them in season 3, in my personal, opinion. On to the next one from Plush Gaming. What if Miguel wakes up and loses all his skills? The way it's kind of seeming, Plush Gaming, is that could be very possible, because after you've seen the teasers now, that Johnny's having to help him with like everything, learn to walk again and everything. He's not able to walk yet, as we know of, and if that's the case, he might lose muscle memory in a lot of these skills that he had already gained. But I don't know, though. Johnny is really pushing him, and he might not, he really might not. He might surprise us there towards the end of the season, I feel like. On to the next one from Project Makiki. What if Hawk tries to fight Johnny? If Johnny's drunk, he could get a few good hits in, but I still think Johnny would kick Hawk's ass. I just, what I mean? Let's be real. Johnny been fighting a lot longer, and yeah, On to the next one from C19. What if because of the issues with the fight and karate being the case, a lot of dojos have closed due to possibly losing students, and Kyler has been in one of these? He doesn't look intimidated by Hawk to me. I know he wasn't in a dojo in season 1, but we didn't see him in season 2, so we really don't know. That's a good point, C19. That is very possible too, that he was training in another dojo or something, and whatever circumstances led him to Cobra Kai 9, and now we get to see what's going to become of Kyler now. It's going to be a progression and interesting. I'm really curious to see what his role in the show is going to be. Is he going to end up being Hawk's new friend? Are they going to clash the whole time? Are they actually going to get in a fight to, kind of start things off? I'm really curious at how it's going to play out. On to the next one from Aaron. Will Miguel fight for Miyagi-Do in the All Valley tournament? This one's a really interesting one and a tough one to answer, Aaron. The way things are kind of seeming is as if maybe the All Valley tournament might be canceled or something along those lines, because of the way some of the teaser clips and stuff kind of seem. That's something I'm kind of feeling like is going to happen, and I think they're going to have to fight to get the All Valley to even happen, honestly. On to the next one from Python. What if Daniel and Johnny team together to fight Kreese like in the Cobra Kai video game Final Boss? What's sad is I own that game and I still haven't played it. I want to have a setup. I want to play it with a live reaction, but at this point it's like already so long overdue. I think I might just play it and just kind of talk about it. Because it's like, I don't know. I have a lot. I do this a lot though. I buy a lot of games and then sometimes don't even play them. Like I have 7 or 8 new games that have came out this year alone that I've yet to really play. The life of Daniel, son. On to the next one from Miss Stocky Bear. What if Miguel kicked Robbie? Well, that would definitely be an interesting flip of the script. If Miguel kicked Robbie. So if Miguel kicked Robbie over the rail, boy, we'd have a whole different story to talk about and be waiting to see what happens in season 3, wouldn't we? That would, I don't know, that would be a hell of a twist. Seriously, what would be the case there? I don't know. What do you all think? What do you think would have been the case if, for some reason, it was Robbie that got kicked over the rail instead of Miguel? That's very interesting. Very interesting, for sure. On to the next one from Fastron. I think because Kreese's son is Amanda, because their family is broken. Yeah, I know what you mean. They do have, a crazy family. Both of them do, actually. I mean, we don't even know a lot of the kids' families seem like they might have a crazy family, honestly, in my opinion. On to the next one. Oh, sorry, me again. What if they trick us and Kreese is visiting Silver in prison and not Robbie? Huh. I think that the theory there, though, is because obviously, they show Robbie and then Kreese or whatever, vice versa. But I think it's just the way that the place looks that Kreese is at. It looks very similar to the place that Robbie's actually being held at. You know what I mean? I understand it. It is very interesting. So it's on to the next one from Corey Sports. Just because people say that Kreese isn't going to die and he's going to be in season 3 doesn't mean he still isn't going to die. What if he is in the beginning episodes and he dies in later episodes, maybe. That's possible too. It is possible, Corey, for sure. You know, there's a lot of actually crazy theories out there of how they think Kreese is going to die. And I'm like, damn, y'all really are going crazy on these theories. Like, there's some crazy theories out there. I do like the theory of him possibly getting kicked into the snake tank, though, and the snake biting. That one I thought was, like, funny. That would be ironic. Just because if he's the one bringing the snake in, and then that's how, he goes out. On to the next one from T-Grill. Daniel and Johnny are at the garage workshop looking for Robbie. Here's why. Daniel fought off the 3 guys who were attacking Robbie at the beach. He knows what his criminal friends look like. Robbie even recorded the fight. They were also caught on camera at LaRusso's auto. They wanted Robbie to steal parts, etc. Yeah. So, they obviously have some kind of connection to auto parts theft. Daniel will be able to help track down Robbie through these guys. It led them to this particular garage. I also feel that Johnny's car or parts might be there too. Laugh out loud. That may also be part of why they're there. That's very interesting, T-Girl. I never thought of it, them maybe going to that garage to actually be a reason because they were looking for Robbie. That's interesting. And you're right, they did obviously have some kind of connection with people that they could sell stolen merchandise to, whatever be the case. So that one's actually pretty interesting. That actually makes me wonder if that's actually a possibility. Very interesting. On to the next one from Andrew. I don't know if Kreese somehow is related to Amanda or not. Of course, she slaps him because of some sort of personal offense he did to her directly or possibly indirectly. What I do know from watching the trailer is that he looks like he knows her and she looks like she knows him. And we know they never met in the first 2 seasons. Therefore, either they do in the 3rd, or he makes one of his students, possibly Tori, do something to Amanda's family. I'd say Samantha, that ends up offending Amanda. But the chance they're somehow related is definitely more interesting in my opinion, CIO. Yeah, that's why I kind of wanted to talk about the Amanda and Kreese idea, because it was kind of interesting, I kind of felt the same, that the way they look at each other is almost if they knew each other. But it could just be because they met each other earlier in the season. And with us seeing now that Sam and Tori do indeed get into a fight, that could be something like, that she might blame Kreese for. And because that could happen when Daniel's in Okinawa. And therefore Amanda has to step in because Sam got beat up or something. I don't know. That's really interesting. That's a very interesting comment. On to the next one from Home of Clips. I love the idea of Amanda being the daughter or stepdaughter of John Kreese, but one thing that debunks that theory is that in Season 2, Episode 3, right at the beginning, Daniel and Amanda were at the dealership, and Daniel mentioned Kreese, but Amanda had no reaction at all. Yep. Yeah, I understand that for sure. And like I said, there's no way his name's not ever always been Kreese, there's no way she wouldn't know him by some other name, I don't think. So, I do understand that. But that's where I'm kind of thinking that maybe in Season 3, she meets him maybe early on, and maybe at that meeting where we only see Daniel, Johnny, and Kreese, maybe Amanda is there, it's just not shown in the photo. You know what I mean? So maybe there's some way that they meet in this season, and then that's how she kind of has that look and knows exactly who she's looking for. You know what I mean? On to the next one from Philippia. I think it will be so funny when Allie will discover that Johnny and Daniel are working together. I'm looking forward to see what will happen after that. Yes, it will, won't it? It really will be interesting, especially because how things were in the Karate Kid movie. That, that's going to be, and it's going to be exciting for us too as fans. Like, it is going to be exciting to see how this actually plays out. You know what I mean? Like, definitely for sure. On to the next one from Chrono Cross. Laugh out. No, she's not Amanda's dad. That would be the dumbest writing. Amanda slapping Kreese is because Kreese visited Robbie in juvie and is trying to take guardianship of him since his mom and Johnny are unfit to parent him. Robbie can't live with Daniel because the judge will think that Daniel teaching him karate is what led to almost killing Miguel. Then they even released a photo of Johnny and Kreese sitting together. From what it looks like, Kreese is legally trying to have Robbie stay with him, and Johnny and Daniel are trying to prevent it. Now, that's the first I've heard of that theory, Kronos, for sure. That's interesting. Yeah, we can already most of us are obviously probably agree that Amanda's probably not his daughter, It just it's one of those, just like the Johnny being Kreese's son. It's really far-fetched. And if it happens, I won't be upset, but I will be shocked. It will be kind of shocking. So that will be shocking. But Kreese trying to take legal guardianship of Robbie, that would be kind of interesting, I never thought of that, honestly. On to the next one from Cobra Kai Wizard. Kreese is Amanda's dad. Interesting, but I don't think Kreese has kids. Yeah, I don't know that he does either, honestly. You know what I mean? We don't know much about Kreese, but I don't think he has kids. I don't know. I guess we'll see. It might be something that we hear about or we don't. On to the next one from David Jameson. I don't think so at all. I just think Amanda was rightfully pissed off at how the events affected her family and is going to confront Johnny, but discovered Johnny wasn't in charge anymore at Cobra Kai, and Kreese went on to say, my students did the right thing. You don't show weakness to your enemy. Hearing that alone would make Amanda angry enough to slap him, considering how she gets upset. Nice. That's also another interesting one I haven't heard. That's an interesting idea of how that could play out and why we see what happened with, the whole Kreese and Amanda scene would actually play out. On to the next one from John. Dimitri could definitely pull Sam. Why not everyone else? Well, obviously we now know he pulls Yasmin, so that's kind of interesting because we talked about that in my live chat. Is if we thought, I had suspicions that she might come back, and now it's officially proven. So my little slight suspicions, although I didn't have high suspicions of it, I had little slight suspicions. It was actually true. She is actually back. And not only that, but she's with Dimitri. At least they kiss, as far as we know. There's something going on there between them. So it's very interesting, So I'm kind of excited to see where that actually goes, you know what I mean? That is going to be interesting. On to the next one from NFL, Cobra Kai, and Roblox. Wait, what if the episode called December 19th, we will see Daniel and Johnny fight, but then after that, they will trick Kreese. Maybe they will fight Kreese. I hope they fight Kreese. I think that would be a hell of a fight, honestly. I'm looking forward to see something along those lines play out, because obviously I think it's going to in some way. I just don't know exactly how yet, but I do feel like that there's going to be some kind of conflict between all of them, and I'm excited to see where it actually goes. On to the next one from Lisa. I've heard some people mention this, but I think I got the shot of Miguel kicking him at the tournament in season 1. But if you look into the shot, when Miguel is kicking in the trailer, he has a little bit of a different haircut. So I think Miguel will be able to walk in here. Will walk well, get through at a tournament. The season now, the dude that he's fighting in the shot undermined for now by, I don't know. That is interesting. I don't know. I still feel like it's a flashback. It just kind of seems like a flashback. But I guess I can understand what you mean, where it looks like his hair might be different from in season 1 when he actually was at the tournament. I obviously felt like if it is a flashback from the previous tournament, that it's a fight that we didn't actually get to see, because the person that he's fighting don't look like someone we've seen him fight in the All Valley tournament. So it is interesting. Okay, so this is going to be the last comment. I'll finish these on a second video. I guess this won't be the last before season 3 comes out, because I still have we'll just go ahead and say it, a shit ton of comments to go through. So we're going to finish it off with Jeff Bayless. Tori's suit looked like she was at the dojo to kick Sam's ass, and she looks really worried. Hope Tori gets revenge for losing the school fight. Man, Jeff, I agree with you right there fully. I hope so too. Obviously I'm a bigger fan of Tori than Sam. I mean, you have to pick and choose who you would like more. Obviously, I would pick Tori. I do feel like some things about Sam might get better in this season, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't know if my opinion of her will ever change. I know Chopper and a few of all of y'all do agree with me on that, is how Sam is. So I guess we'll see, huh, guys? Will Sam be something different, or is she going to be the same Sam she's always been? I don't know, though. I love all the actual, actors that play these characters, and I don't have anything against them. They do brilliant jobs as an actor. It's just, you gotta dislike some characters sometimes, and for me, that's just some of the characters I dislike, I'm actually starting to like Dimitri more. His character's progressing. Sam's might too. I don't know. We'll see. But that's gonna be it for this one, everyone. I want to, shout out Bonsai Kai Dojo, Cobra Kai Fandom, T Rubalcava Network, Guest Sensei. If you're not subscribed to all of them, definitely do. They make some amazing content. Cobra Kai Nation, Cobra Kai Kid, Cobra Kai Theories, Cobra Kai Kompanion, Watch Party. All y'all are amazing. So, and also all you that are watching and subscribe to me, thank you all as well. So, I feel like I need to tell you that, because I do appreciate it. And that's going to be it for this one, everyone. I hope y'all have a great day, and don't forget to stay badass. And we'll see you on the next one. Have a good one, everyone.